Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style, and today is May 1st, or as some call it, May Day. You know, in some parts of the United States, May baskets are made, okay? And these are small baskets, usually filled with flowers or treats, and they're left on someone's doorsteps.
Right. And the giver rings the bell and then takes off running. If the receiver of the basket catches the giver, a kiss is exchanged. So I wonder how fast these givers are usually running, because you know they probably really want to kiss.
I know. Isn't that cute, though? I think that's funny. Like, you picture little kids, like, ringing the bell and running away to be mischievous, but in this case, it's to be loving. So, actually, kind of a cute little tidbit of information.
I like it.
You know what was interesting? I was listening to the radio this morning. It was, I think it was 97.3, and they were talking about this topic about why do women usually like the bad boys, right? And I thought it was so interesting. They had all these callers calling in, and I just thought I'd bring it up because I think that is a really big problem for many of us. They were saying, you know, the guys who go out and they pay for everything and they open your door and they're friendly and they're sweet and they're kind and they call the next day, these are the guys who usually, let's be friends. That's what happens. This is what all these guys were saying.
You do hear that a lot.
Right? But the boys who cheated, the boys who are, you know, difficult, the boys who are, all these things, the girls kept giving them second chances. Why
I don't
is
get that? I don't get it, because you know what? I like nice guys.
Right?
I like kind of nerdy guys.
Right? Yeah. I like nice guys too, but I think there's a problem that a lot of girls do go. I mean, it seemed to be a huge problem. Elizabeth, what do you think about that?
I think women are just complicated. Let's just face it. Let's fess up, and we are just difficult sometimes.
I know. I think it's because we like a challenge. I think that's what it comes down to.
Could be, but you know what? Once you got them, you straighten them out, and then hopefully things go well.
Yes, well, and of
Get
course,
a fixer-upper.
She's the one to know, because out of the three of us, she's the one who's got it. Who caught the man, and she's married.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Well, of course, that is Miss Elizabeth Alvarez, KRQE News 13 anchor, and you must have some good headlines for us this morning. Keep us up with the news. What's going on?
Yeah, we got a lot going on, actually, here in New Mexico. Topping your morning news headlines this Tuesday morning, First Lady Michelle Obama, she's coming to Albuquerque today. She'll visit with military families and attend a fundraiser at the Los Poblanos Inn and Cultural Center. And it's not the first time Los Poblanos has been chosen as the site for a political event. The inn and organic farm is touted as a historic New Mexico hotspot with lavender fields and renowned architecture. It's quite a beautiful place. It's also been listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The First Lady is set to touch down in Albuquerque from Las Vegas, Nevada around 2 o'clock this afternoon. The fundraiser for President Obama starts at 2:30. A Vietnam veteran here in New Mexico is getting his point across about how he thinks the Obama administration is running the country. And check this out. It looks like the vet paid for this billboard here. It's about 5 miles east of the Clovis area off of the Texaco Highway. And the picture of this billboard is actually making its way around the internet. It's all over the Alvin Tea Party's Patriots website. And as you can see, the vet here not happy with President Obama and the way the country is being run. Michael Astorga is set to be back in a Santa Fe courtroom this morning. It looks like his sentencing hearing for killing a sheriff's deputy is moving pretty quickly. Prosecutors called almost a half-dozen people to the stand yesterday, trying to convince a jury that Astorga should be put to death for killing Bernalillo County Deputy James McGrain Jr. One of the people who gave a pretty emotional testimony yesterday was another sheriff's deputy who tried to revive McGrain. The defense is expected to start calling on people to defend Astorga by the end of this week. Remember Albuquerque's chief hearing officer, the guy who made a six-figure salary and resigned last week after a News 13 investigation? We told you about him. Well, this morning, he's saying that the city actually owes him money. Roberto Albertorio quit on Friday after our investigation discovered that he had been running a private law practice on city time. Now, despite that, he is now asking the city to pay him for the sick and vacation time that he says he earned but never took.
Mr. Albertorio has accrued about 9 months of leave with a value of about $85,000.
Well, the city says not so fast. It plans to sue Albertorio, claiming that he owes them money for working his private job on city time. If you have any old medicine sitting around your home, you can now get rid of it safely anytime you would like. Instead of flushing those old pills down the toilet or throwing them out, which, by the way, you're not supposed to do, you can now drop them off at the Department of Public Safety near Indian School and San Pedro anytime. There is actually a drop box now set up there for your convenience. As kids get ready for summer break, can't believe it's just a month away almost. Albuquerque Ride Summer Fun Passes go on sale today. Albuquerque Ride Summer Fun Passes. They're only $13. With them, you get to ride the bus as much as you want all summer long. Plus, you get coupons and discounts for everything from food to miniature golf. The pass works from June 1st and goes all the way through October 31st. And that wraps it up for your Tuesday morning headlines. Be sure to start your day with Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. Pretty good deal there, I think, ladies, about the bus pass. Get those kiddos out.
I was just thinking, before I was driving, that would have been such a cool thing for kids to have. So that's great for them. I hope they take advantage of it. Now, we were just talking about women being complicated, right? That's what Elizabeth said. We are complicated. Well,
and crazy.
A little bit. You know what they say about a woman scorned, right? Okay, listen to this. A Polish man learned this lesson the hard way when his ex-girlfriend, who was a dentist, pulled out all his teeth during a surgery days after he dumped her for another woman. Seriously,
right.
Serious.
The woman told the UK's Daily Mail that she tried to be very professional about this and detach herself from all of her emotions, but when she saw him lying there, well, you know what happened next. Are you kidding me? Crazy.
Right?
She's giving us a bad name.
Well, the dentist is now under investigation for medical malpractice, and she faces 3 years in prison. Now, this is the best. Yeah, that's it. But here's the best part of the whole story is the man's new girlfriend has dumped him because he has no teeth. That's messed up.
That is really messed up.
That's a messed up story. I mean, look, I think we've all been there where we've been like, God, I'm
you
so
dream
angry.
about doing that, maybe.
Yeah, you
well,
dream.
I don't know. Actually, I've never thought about, like, well,
ripping someone's teeth out?
Yeah. No.
I thought maybe about poking him in the eye. But I never really thought these kind of things would actually be executed. I mean, these are the kind of things you think and you're like, nah, obviously I'm never going to do that, but I wish. But she did it. Yep, she did it all right.
She did it.
There you go. A woman scorned. Don't do it.
No.
Not nice. Now this is actually an interesting story. Yes.
In his first interview since the death of Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown exclusively tells today's Matt Lauer that he's not the reason she's gone. She had her own demons. In a candid sit-down set to air tomorrow, Brown says he's very much clean and sober from narcotics.
Yeah, I mean, when he was asked about the last time he saw Whitney Houston, it was about a week or so before she died, Brown said that she had a glow about her that was just incredible. And Brown says Houston, to whom, of course, we all know was married for 15 years to each other. They were together a long time. But he said she looked like she was in a good place. Now, I know there were a couple interviews we saw her where she was doing that movie with Jordan Sparks, the American Idol Jordan Sparks. They were putting this movie together, and apparently she was on a good track. But then something happened, and she went off track. Because if you saw a video of her the night before her death, she was a mess. I mean, she did look like she was not. She did not look clean and sober. She did not look like she was in a good place. So I think he's just looking for reasons to not be put in the blame seat.
Right.
I don't know. You know, I said it before when we heard about the death of Whitney Houston. I remember thinking, you know, what would have happened to her had she never married Bobby Brown? And nobody really knows what goes on in a relationship unless you're actually in it. So it's hard to speculate. But that said, having watched Being Bobby Brown, that reality show, there was a major downward spiral going on, and he did not seem to be a good influence on her life. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah. No, it's just too bad that she couldn't really just break free from it and kind of get out of trouble.
I know.
You know.
It makes me feel sad. I love Whitney. Makes me feel sad.
All right, let's move on to something a little happier.
Okay, happier.
Okay, Weird Al Yankovic. We all know who he is. He's showing some New Mexico love on Twitter. Before his show here last night, he took a picture with Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, R.J. Mitty, stars of the Breaking Bad TV show, of course, which is filmed right here.
And we have pictures with those guys too.
I know, I was just saying that. Hey, we have our pictures with them.
No, this is so cool. Weird Al actually tweeted the picture out saying, "People in Albuquerque are so friendly. These guys even invited me to their meth lab." Well, they look like they had a good time. Oh, they're doing the mean face there. They're all acting tough.
God, Weird Al, does he age? Like he does
He looks exactly the same.
He looks totally the same.
It must be all the comedy. You know, I think
Maybe. We
laughter,
laugh a lot.
right? Laughter is
keeps
a
you
good way
young.
to keep young. I think
Yeah.
so. I agree with that one.
Well, speaking of being young,
Yeah.
we were probably pretty young when these movies came out.
Yeah.
Hollywood's paying homage to some 90s classics with
yeah.
re-releases of Clueless and Men in Black.
I love Clueless. And Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has what's new in entertainment this week.
Hello, New York City.
Reminisce about bringing in 2012 as Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, and other A-listers make up the guest list of New Year's Eve, a celebration that kicks off this week's new releases. From Old Lang Syne to Joyful Noise, Dolly Parton and Queen Latifah play feuding leads of a small-town choir with very different styles, both determined to help their group win a national competition.
Happy birthday, we.
Speaking of lead singers, Madonna goes behind the camera for her film directorial debut with W.E., a time-jumping story set around the romance of King Edward VIII and the American divorcee he gave up the throne for.
The story will be that she's gone rogue.
Offering action-packed home entertainment, Haywire tells the story of a female special op who discovers her enemies on the inside may be the most dangerous of all.
I am getting too old for this.
Just as Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith suit up for Men in Black 3, parts 1 and 2 of their intergalactic adventure get a Blu-ray makeover, complete with a sneak peek at the new flick and alternate scenes.
See, I'm outie. Bye.
Also on Blu-ray, the 1995 Alicia Silverstone hit Clueless.
Ugh, as if.
Extras here include a clue or false trivia game for fans to test their knowledge of the movie. Country singer Clint Black returns for Flicka Country Pride, the latest installment of the family-friendly franchise about a wild horse and the bonds that form amongst the people around her. From the world of music, Norah Jones sends out her 5th studio album, Little Broken Hearts. While American Idol's country superstar Carrie Underwood delivers her 4th album, Blown Away. In New York, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Oh, I love her.
I do too.
She looks
Yeah,
so
she looks
good.
great.
Oh, she looks amazing. You know what makes me sad about Clueless is Brittany Murphy in that movie was so good. To think she's gone.
Gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Isn't that
You're right.
sad?
Yeah, it
But,
is really sad.
Anyway, but a lot of good movies out there to watch and a lot of good movies to go see, whether it's both on DVD or in the theater. So, but you know, I wouldn't really want to be inside a movie theater that much this week because the weather is spectacular.
It is really nice. The winds are going to be cranking up a little bit, especially in eastern New Mexico, but here in Albuquerque, I think definitely tolerable.